patting my fluffy arm. Cool, it's really nice. The girl lowers her voice, conspiratorially. I couldn't afford the flowers either if it helps. There's a stall a couple of minutes away on Knoll Street. He always has decent flowers. She waves her hand briefly in the air, but then another customer appears and she turns to them, greeting them with a cheerful smile. Thanks, I say in her general direction, but she's not listening. So I take my phone out. My sense of direction is absolutely hopeless, and I still can't work out how people find their way around London. I've worked out bits of it, but I can't seem to join them up. It takes me 3 tries, but I make it to Knoll Street in the end. There I find a round-faced man wearing a Santa hat, singing along to Christmas songs from a Bluetooth speaker. His stall is piled high with fruit and veg, and, phew, surrounding it is a rainbow array of flowers, which look, to my uneducated eye, just as nice as the ones from round the corner at Liberty. Well, almost as nice. A bit gaudy, maybe, but I can't afford to be fussy on my new London wages. 5 minutes later, I'm back on Oxford Street, looking at the Christmas lights with a bunch of considerably cheaper red roses, their cellophane wrapping crinkling in my arms. The lights, strung from one side of the street to the other, sparkle against the sky, which 10 minutes ago had been the usual English winter grey, but now has shifted to an ominous bruised purple. I'm trying to figure out if it's easier to jump on a bus or get the tube to Notting Hill to meet Becky and my new housemates. I'm standing on a street corner peering at Google Maps again when the first hailstones hit me on the head, and ow, they really sting. In seconds, the packed streets empty as everyone ducks into the nearest shop or doorway to shelter, clutching their shopping bags tightly. Only the smug umbrella holders and the hardy few carry on, marching down pavements now clear of tourists and Christmas shoppers. The tires of the red buses and black taxis hiss on the tarmac, and the hailstones hammer on the metal awning over our heads. I'm crammed with a handful of shoppers in the doorway of... I look up to see a shiny brass plaque on the wall, NMC Inc., and then I frown at the screen of my phone once again. Are you lost? A man says. He has Scandinavian-looking blonde hair and a dark blue scarf wrapped round his neck. He's got a bit of an accent, and now he's indicating my phone with a finger. Where are you trying to go? Notting Hill, I say, feeling like I've stepped into a film for a moment. Christmas is everywhere, and there's a tiny split second where the noticing things part of my brain is looking at me from the outside. The thing about being addicted to a certain kind of romantic movie is that you're always half expecting that your life might just suddenly take a turn for the better. And handsome Scandinavian types who look a bit like Jamie Lannister are pretty much up there on my list of good things. I'm not sure which bus to get, I say, because I usually get the tube, but my friend said it was easy from here. Easy if you've got a sense of direction, I think, which I definitely have not. And then I find myself telling this complete stranger who has opened the City Mapper app on his phone and is tapping rapidly, I'm picking up the keys for my new house. I can hear the little note of pride in my voice. Nice, he says, smiling. He points to the bus stop on the opposite side of the road. If you get the 94, it'll take you straight to Notting Hill Gate. It'll take a bit longer than the tube, but on the other hand, it's a lovely view if you're new to the area. Thanks, I say. I'm not doing a great job at trying to look like a well-established local then. A fresh torrent of hailstones batters the canopy above us. Might just wait a moment. That's very wise. Obviously, if this was one of those movies with woolly hats and kissing in the snow and hard-bitten businesswomen remembering the true meaning of Christmas, at this point we'd start a conversation, and he'd follow me onto the bus, and, well, you know the score. But this is not a movie. I am 100% single, and despite being as much of a sucker for a Richard Curtis movie as the next hopeless romantic, I remind myself that I am 100% not looking...